Hello everyone, my name is Corazar, and welcome back to the Vintage Story Guide. We are back in the world on a quiet, calm, end of summer, early fall day. It is the last day of September, and I've been kind of faffing about the base, ooh. Oh my. We need to do that right away. Hey bear! Come here, bear. Come and get some, please. Ooh, my. Oh, my. It's gonna get me in it. Up we go. And you are in. Well. That was close. Well, okay, like I said, a nice calm day. Calm day. I'm gonna go take care of this bear, and then we'll get back on track. Alright, as I was saying, today is the day we're going to go and head underground for some adventure and some exploration, and hopefully to find some new resources. However, at the end of last episode, I made a bit of a goof, and that is that we made this raw recurve bow stave and we're drying it, and I really wanted to make a recurve bow because it is the best bow in the game, basically. So it has 600 durability, 4 piercing damage, and plus 30% accuracy. And we have most of the materials to make it, except one, leather. And while we are at the stage where we could start working on leather, but it would be about another week or so in-game before we had the leather to make the bow. So I think for now, we are going to forego the recurve bow, and we will make a simple bow, which is simple, yeah, get it? And that is just out of 3 twine and 3 sticks. Kind of like another block game. They must have copied this one. Anyway, that broken promise aside, I did make the copper arrowheads as promised, and we're going to go ahead and put them together with 64 feathers. There we go, and a whole bunch of sticks. And we're going to make us a full stack of copper arrows. There we go. Now your bow will automatically draw arrows from your inventory in whatever is... that's not my bow. In whatever is the first slot that contains arrows. So if you have different kinds of arrows, it'll always pull from the one closest to the top left of your inventory. Now, what else are we going to bring with us? Well, we're going to bring along 1 falx. I'm going to bring along 2 spears. It's kind of backup, just in case, and I might even want to sort of use them as the main range weapon, and then sort of use the bow as a fallback, because the bow just isn't as powerful. It is literally 2.5 points less damage than the spears, but we only have 2 spears, and each one takes up a full inventory slot. We're also bringing along some rope ladders, and I want to make a few more with you here, because I realized I had made a whole bunch and didn't really show you the ropes, as it were. So we're going to just make a few more, and we'll get even a couple more, because we want to make them multiples of 3, or rather 2, I think. Because to make the rope ladders, we split them up like this, and put some sticks down the middle, and there we go, an almost full stack of rope ladders. Now, I also want to bring along a full stack of regular ladders, and while we've been making them with just sticks, there's actually a more efficient way, in some ways, of making these ladders, and that is with boards. Because sticks can be kind of slow to acquire, but wood and boards are really easy to come by. So if we just drop these down like this, and throw some sticks in the middle, we can finish up our stack here, just like that. Alright, so in addition to that, we're going to bring along 2 pickaxes, but this one only has 11 durability left, so we're going to go and grab 1 more pickaxe head from the molds out here that I've been casting in the intervening days. So we have basically 2 pickaxes. We're going to bring along 1 prospecting pick, and today we will learn how to use it. And of course, lastly, we have our armor here. We're going to put this into our bar, like so, and I am going to tuck some of these things away in a basket on my back, because we don't need everything at our fingertips. We just need the right stuff. So we're going to put away the flint, because we're probably not going to be making many tools. We have a full knife, an almost full axe, and a halfway dead shovel, but we won't need these much underground. I'm going to put away one of our pickaxes, one of our stacks of torches, and actually probably the rest of that stack. Put that on our backs. And then I'm also going to make us a fresh pot of stew here, and that's because the one we have only has 2 servings left, and I don't want to bring it with me. It's kind of a waste. So we're going to just make some new stew, and ooh, you know what? We might actually use some cabbage to go along with that, just to increase its value nutritionally. So I guess we'll make some porridge. Even better, we'll put you guys back. I'm going to go and get some berries, because I think the berries have finished out here. Yes, here we go. Let's get a few berries. We only need 6, I believe. That's a bit more than 6, but oh well. Okay, so into the porridge goes the cabbage and the berries. Yum, yum. Be still my beating taste buds. And lastly, I'm also going to round out our stack of dirt here, so that we have some building material. And lastly, for real this time, I mean it, I want to make a stack or so of fences. Because while it's really handy to use dirt to wall off things underground, fences are even faster and more efficient. Because most things can't path over fences, in fact almost nothing can. And although that drifters can throw stones over fences, they can't walk through them or over them. So rather than having to wall up places with double stacks of dirt, we'll just use fences. As for my hotbar here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this guy off of it. We're going to put our lights here. Our bow is going to go here, followed by our spears. And I'll carry our shield in our offhand. We'll put the healing poultices down here. This way, I have easy access from my light source to swap it and fight with light, or I can put light down and then fight with my shield and my weapons. And you can actually use your shield with your bow, which is kind of weird, but whatever. And then also, by scrolling up, I'll have quick access to dirt for quick barricades, if we need them, or quick healing. Alright, our pot of stew is ready, or porridge, I guess. And with that, I think we're about ready to go. So let's get on out here. And yes, I have been harvesting our crops here. We're not going to get another crop rotation in because it is already far too late in the season. And I think the first place I want to go is right by this little friendly boy here. And I want to head down into this area because it seems like a nice, likely, easy place to get into with some dark places. So the first thing I like to do is I like to kind of spread out, as it were, and I like to light up any dark corners before I really do any underground work. And this is actually not too shabby. And I won't go too far, typically. Ooh, there's a friendly boy. Hey, buddy. And our shield just took the brunt of that one. Come and get some. So I'm going to do spear, spear, bow. I said bow. There we go. Not too bad. Spear, spear. Oh, and the spear's got him. Okay. Not too bad. I'm going to scoot back here and light up. Oh my goodness. Light up this mess. Well, okay. So, being careful to not douse our torches in the water there. Put one more here. And we are going to also check this out. Okay, that is not a threat because things can't get us from there. So it looks like we have some flint in sandstone here already. Now this is just an easy to get resource. You can beat it with your hands and you get some flint out of it. And I do see another corridor back here I want to light up just to keep things from crawling in at us. My goodness. But this is a dead end, so that's fine. But this is as good a place as any to go over the Pro Pick. Let's go ahead and we're going to replace our... We'll do our Falx with the Pro Pick. The Pro Pick in survival mode has 2 modes. If you are in most other modes, you won't have the second one. But the first one, everybody gets. It is called Density Search Mode. And what it does is it looks at the heat map that the planet or that the world generates with and determines the likelihood and potential amount of ores of a given type that you might find in a particular chunk. A chunk being a 32 by 32 laterally by however tall your world height is vertically square, or rather a prism. And what you do is you break a single block with it, and it will say, okay, need 2 more samples. So you go a minimum of 4 blocks away and a maximum of, I believe, 16, and you do it again. And it will say 1 more sample, so again, you go a few blocks away, more than 3 or 4, and do 1 last time, and it will say, what's here? So we found 4 traces of ore in this area. High native copper, that's great. Very poor pentlandite, which is a nickel alloy, or nickel ore. Very poor sphalerite, which is zinc. Very poor cinnabar, which is a dye. And then minuscule amounts of galena and alum. Galena being lead ore, and alum being a mordant for your clothes, for dyeing things. Now that's handy and all, but this just tells you what is in this square here. And this is, by the way, a mod called Prospector Info. And if you don't have it, I highly, highly recommend it, because otherwise you have to memorize or otherwise somehow notate where your various readings were taken from and what they are. And that can be a real pain. I used to leave little markers scattered all over the map, and it made navigating impossible. But this puts a neat little overlay that only shows up when you have the Propic selected, but you can still mouse over it and get the same information. But this will actually tell you, when you hover over it, everything you found. And that is so handy. Now, as far as getting close to ores, we, in survival mode, and specifically not wilderness survival, have access to the node search mode. This is a shorter range, in our case 8 blocks, because we configured it from the default of 6 up to 8. It searches in a radius for the actual presence of any of these ores. So I'll break this block. And we have no ore node nearby. And that's probably because most of these ores are going to generate pretty deep. These are not surface ores like the copper we find on the surface. These are called deep ores. So in order to really find many ores with the Propic in that mode, we'll have to go deeper underground. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up our torches here, because these are kind of a precious resource. And I'm going to block up this little area here. Oh, we have some friends. Dead. There we go. But I want to block this up, because I don't want to, 1, have creepy crawlies coming out of here, and 2, I don't want to think by accident that we haven't explored it yet. So that's good enough. And then later, as we explore this and come back, and maybe down here, we will also block those up. Now, it is getting toward nightfall, and we're kind of on the surface here, so in order to avoid having drifters just falling on our heads constantly, I'm going to go home and sleep, and then we'll pick this back up in the morning when it is lighter, and when hopefully we don't have a rift hovering right over where we're trying to explore. So, I'll see all of you in a little bit. Alright folks, we are back. However, waiting availed us nothing, because it is now a high rift day. And I don't know if it's supposed to, but in my experience, I find that the higher activity days tends to result in higher activity both above and below ground. Now, as for exploring deeper into these caverns here, we have here a dark pit. It's very, very uninviting. But lights in this game are dynamic, including torches, which means that we can stand here and chuck a torch down and see where it goes. Okay, relatively safe landing. Now, I'm going to be careful about our depth here. I don't want to go deeper than about Y70, maybe even Y65 I could do. But below that, we'll start seeing Tier 2 drifters, which would be the tainted drifters. And those guys will shred the armor that we have, which we're still not wearing just yet. But we don't want to end up with armor that's just getting ripped to shreds and not doing us any good. So when we get down to about Y75 or 60, we will head back up. Well, this was unexciting. Dead end. And that is kind of how it goes a lot of the time. You will find dead end after dead end after dead end, and then suddenly you'll find treasure. So if you get frustrated because you're just exploring and not finding a whole lot, just keep looking. It is there. It's just, this game is not particularly rife with secrets. You have to go looking for them. Right, I'll leave those there. Actually, I'll refresh this torch too, because it's been a bit less than a day. But I want to go here first, but I do want to refresh these torches. There's also some kind of cavern or something, which is probably off in that direction, where these drifters keep spawning from this rift here. That's going to be fun. Fun with a capital F. Alright, so let's just get down here, and we will drop a single ladder, and we'll start doing some torches. Oh my. This ends in another deep, deep hole. Oh man. Oh, and what do I spy there? That appears to be a locust nest. That is a special thing. Not a good kind of special, but it's special. Now, do we want to go down there? I don't see anybody milling around, which means that there might be drifters caught somewhere else in caves. I don't know. But let's go ahead and we'll give it a shot. My goodness, they are all on top of us. Let's go ahead and we're going to light this spot up too. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put our armor on, so that if we do meet with great adversaries down here, we will be ready for them. So let's go ahead and we're going to drop this and pick up 2. That way we can jump back up to it, but the enemies cannot. So let's get down here. Whoop. Hey buddy, you're a surface drifter. You are a deep drifter, okay. Well, that's why we brought these along. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take these guys out with our sword. Yep, there you are. As you can see, we're not particularly wounded. Oh, that was not what I thought it was. I thought this was something else. Okay, so we have some borax here. Not too bad. Okay. Now, borax, we can't mine just yet. We need to have a bronze pickaxe to break. But we can go ahead and we'll mark it. And, yeah, I see you. I hear you. Go away. There we go. Some peace and quiet, finally. Okay, so let's go... Oh my goodness, this looks like a giant cave here. This is a gigantic system. Okay, so you're a dead end, which means we will get our... There we go, our fences out. We'll just fence you off from about there. Just like that. Oh, we'll leave the torch here. There we go. We have a water hazard. It leads to a cave with some light in it. We have some... Ooh. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? This is like right under our base. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay. Well. We're just going to mark you, and we are... Amazing. Look how close we are. This is like seriously in our basement almost. Okay, so we're going to spear you. Oop, we're going to miss you again. That vent's doing good work already. Oh man, what's up here? I want to keep things from dropping on our heads. Let's go up here. And we'll torch this up too. So that's nothing. What is this? A dead end again. Okay, good. That makes that easy. And this is, oh, this is like a direct exit to the surface. We could just dig up through here and have, oops, and have no light. And we could have, like, a path straight down. Wow! Look at that, right from the surface. Alright. That's amazing. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so, getting back down here, back into the thick of things, I think I'll investigate what goodies this has later, because we have easy access to it. Well, you know what, we'll take a look. I won't take anything yet. We'll take a peek. Okay. Nothing groundbreaking. Granite stone, empty, empty, and then some junk. Okay. Let's go see... Oh, my goodness, you scared me. Oh, you're fighting. Good job, guys. Come on. We're gonna tango. You wanted to tango. We're tangoing. There we go. Let's light this area up a little bit. And this is my preferred method of exploration, is kind of rushing to or through corridors to get some torches down. Not necessarily willy-nilly, but I want to light the area up to keep things from spawning, and then sort of going through with a more critical eye. That was close. And then looking at the walls and the ceiling for any goodies. And this method probably won't work for everybody. I happen to have a pretty good sense of direction, so while I do still rely on some methods for making sure I know that I have or haven't been somewhere, I do often just kind of wing it. Oh, not what I wanted to do. There we go. What are you... You've got to be kidding me. Okay, this is going to be the first and last, and therefore only, exploration we're ever going to need. Two Translocators under our base. Wow. Oh my goodness. And this one's got some serious, like, goodies, except for the burned out torches. A Marketeer Cape. Ooh, copper arrows. Don't mind if I do. What do you have? Nothing. You're empty. Is there another chest here? Ah, right here. Burned out torches. Everyone's got lime. Well, this is a find and a half, and maybe a few more. No. 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 No, no. No. No, 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 no. Are you... 3 Translocators right under our base, and they're all, like, in the same corridor. Look at that. I can see them almost from... Well, not that one, I guess. Wow. Oh my goodness, that is so ridiculous. I don't even believe it. That is just nuts. And don't tell me there's another one down here. I don't want to find any more. So that 777 is really paying off. Come on, buddy. Oh my gosh. 3 Translocators. All in a little row. What's down here? Oh, we have saltpeter. Oh my goodness. That's not a bad find. It's not huge, but it's a pretty good find. I mean, we've already gotten the huge find out of the way. I don't think I can top this. I don't think I can top this at all. This is simply incredible. So we have, what, the one here, the one tucked back in here. I'm just going to keep walking back and forth between these things and, like, gushing about them, because that's how great of a find this is. Where was that third one? Over here? No, I've lost it now. Ah, it was up here. Okay. Wow. Well, let's put those behind us as best we can. Not sure I can. And let's keep exploring, because there is still plenty more to find, and while Translocators are exciting, they're not... Well, one is great for our immediate future because we already have enough gears to repair one, but beyond that, we don't really have anything else to do with them. So we're getting down here to about the lowest point that I want to explore. Not quite there. We have some slate down here, which is nice. Slate is a really nice stone for building in general, especially for roofs, because along with clay, it is the only type of roof you can make that is like specially slanted. I want to take a look. How far away are we? Let's take another tippy tap with our Pro Pick here. I'll swap this out so we can see what we're doing. Oops, not like that. I want this Pro Pick mode. We're kind of in an exploratory mode here with prospecting. We're not looking for anything in particular, but I want to get a good catalog of what's to be found here. So here we have basically just copper, but I can see we also have some cassiterite showing up on the radar, and that borax is showing up, of course, too. So that means that if we were to look farther around here, we might find some tin. Cassiterite is a tin ore. That probably means it's somewhere maybe to the south or one of these directions, since it was not up here where our first prospect was. And again, we can take a peek around here, but it's usually not really useful to just randomly prospect in the node search mode because it's a small radius. So yep, no ore node nearby. But you certainly can, if you want to, you can go through a cave and just prospect away. Down here, no ore node nearby, and that's mostly what you're going to find, is nothing. But I'm going to pick up these guys because we don't really have anything else to do down in this direction. We can fence this off then. There we go. And we'll break you, but only so we can move you and put a stepping stone here. Okay, so that's blocked off. Let's go past these things. Don't look at them. Don't look at them. And let's go down here a bit farther. I could have come across, or are you dead end? You're dead end, okay. Let's go through here. And I want to get down here and get some of the saltpeter. We don't need it immediately, but it is handy to have. Always make sure you're keeping your food up, and I realize I just left my food at home, but we're not that far from home, so I'm not too worried about it. Oop. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, we are at 65, which means we are definitely at the maximum depth that I want to go. Nothing here in particular. Where are we prospect-wise? Sure, we can do another one. Okay, so still about the same. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pick up this torch, and we're going to collect this saltpeter. Now, this is collected with a shovel, and it is a simple fertilizer. You can put it on your fields or to make bombs. It will make your K-crops grow pretty quickly, but bombs are so useful that I almost don't recommend using it for fertilizer unless you're really desperate. So I'm going to go ahead and mine all this out, or harvest it all, and then we'll be back up upstairs as we're figuring out what to do next. And next might be running back home to get my food. Okay, so everyone, we are back up here at kind of the nexus of our little Translocator station here. And I found a spot we can go up right here and check out what's up this direction, which is sandstone, looks like. I'm going to go with dead end. Dead end, okay, cool. So we're going to wall this off to keep things from coming after us and falling on our heads. Down there. Hi guys. Let's go ahead and we're just going to, I guess, do it right at the edge, actually. That should keep basically everything away. Okay, so that leaves, for this area down here at least, I think we're good in this direction. Can I pick up these? No, we've not gone down here yet. Okay. That might be a little too deep. Let's find out. Ooh. Ooh, that's a crevice and a half. Can I get the whole way down there? I cannot. Okay. Well, let's head down here, at least, and we'll chuck a torch down this hole. But I have a feeling that this is as deep as we're going to go today. Especially given that I think this is a dead end down here anyway. I just have that feeling. Ooh, rusty gear. Neat. This is a new thing you'll find. Rusty gears are scattered around underground. And you can pick them up off the ground. But they don't really signify anything. They are just part of the lore. Alright, so we're going to get up here. And we're going to use our ladders when our gear is spinning backwards pretty quickly. You'll find that the farther underground you go, the faster your gear spins backwards, and the crazier you'll go. So make sure you keep an eye on that. There are ways of recovering your stability. Oh, and there we go, we have scary music. That indicates that you are down to about 64%. Yep, right there. And the scary music doesn't signify anything in particular, it's just sort of a warning. But once you get down to closer to 40 or 30%, you will start seeing things. Those things primarily being drifters that are actually real and can certainly kill you. So keep an eye on that, and whenever you need to, make sure you pop back to the surface to recover your temporal stability. And speaking of heading back to the surface, I think it's about time for us to do that, because it's getting toward nightfall, and I think we don't have a whole lot left over here. So I think I want to go and head back. We'll pick up the food that I forgot back at home, and then we'll get back down here and continue our exploration. Ooh, and there's something up here, too. What are you? Oh, nothing. Just a little wraparound. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm actually going to head up right up here, because I can, and then we'll head back down from here in the morning. So I'll see all of you in a little bit. Alright, folks, we are back at it, and actually I kind of lied a little bit. I ended up not resting. Maybe I should have. Come on. Goodbye. Thank you. Yeah, I figured it's actually calm now, so that's a good chance for us to get some exploration and discovery in without quite as much attention. We don't like attention around here. So, yeah, let's just forge on and see what we find, I guess. Oh my goodness. I don't like this too much. Okay. Don't like that either. What do we have here? Oh, we have... we have white marble! Oh, wow. That's a fun... Oh, and we have a ruin of some kind here. And looks like this sort of leads on... Oh, another rusty gear. Wow. White marble. Cool. So, white marble is mostly a pretty building material. You can grind it down into lime, but I really don't recommend that for obvious reasons, and that is marble and valuable. Ooh, let's do that. Let's poke our way through here. Let's see what kind of ruin we have. We have a little treasure ruin, not too bad. I want to get to the end of whatever's going on here, if it does end. Confirm that it has an end to begin with. My goodness. We just walked right by underneath our house. That's funny, actually. That's cute. Alright. Let's just pick these up. I'm going to wall this back off here with a fence, which is one reason why I went home. Got some more fences. So we'll grab you. We'll just wall you up. So we have a rusty gear. We have some junk metal, which gave us some metal parts. And a forage vessel with junk. Oh, hello, you. Yeah. Get lost. Oh, 6 hits. My goodness. This is weak. We are weak. Wow, okay. That was fun. Okay, well, that's a cute little find. Nothing too spectacular, but neat nonetheless. Let's scoot our little way back here. Who's that down there? Oh, it's rocks, okay. I want to go up here and light this up, because I'll bet we're going to find... Oh! This is where we came down the other way. Alright. So I'm going to bet that we have something up here that's at least worth blocking off. Well, we have a path and a dead end. Alright, okay. So we're going to go ahead and get stuck in the water. And we're just going to, I think, wall this off right here. Well, this has been quite the adventure. Just drop that there. And I think this is the only direction that I can think of we haven't been, which is down here. So, you know what? While we're here, let's do it. Let's go, again, not too deep, but I do want to see what this cave has in store for us. We're still pretty high. We're still seeing some granite here, but that's because of upheaval and geological activity. And we have... Okay, we're getting down to 77. I'm not going down there, that's for sure. I see some quartz. And I see nothing I want to deal with right now. And we'll do that for now. We might come back this way later, but at the moment it is of no interest to us. So we will head up this way. And not through the water. Okay, that looks like it might continue a little bit, so you know what? Let's get our pickaxe out, and we will dig our way through more of this marble, I guess. And we'll actually probably... I want to block off this water, because it's going to get in the way of everything we ever do here. Don't walk into the water with the torches. There we go. Oh wow, this is a ton of white marble. Nope, goodbye. Pickaxe. Wait, ooh, we have more to explore here? Alright. Okay, we are still doing okay, I think. We're getting a little deep, and we're at a dead end. Okay, well, you know what? Do we have a Prospector reading from here? We don't, so let's grab one. We have copper, basically the same as everything else, but we have lignite on the radar and some cassiterite. And just since we're a little bit deeper, I'm going to go ahead and take a actual tap here with the node search mode. We have native copper down here. I was hoping we'd find something because I wanted to show you how to use the other mode of the ProPick, the node search radius, in order to actually home in on and find the ore you're looking for. So for safety's sake, we're going to wall ourselves in here with some fences, just like that, and then we're going to work on the ProPick. So what we're going to do here is we found some medium copper. That means that within 8 blocks there's a set amount of copper. I think it's going to be something like 25 blocks is medium. So there's 25 blocks of copper within 8 blocks of this block here that we broke. So what we're going to do is, it's probably, well, it could be honestly any direction except for that way. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to dig a hole 4 blocks this way, and 4 blocks this way. And then on the 5th one, because that is our reach, I'm going to do this again. We have no ore node nearby. We have trace amounts, so moving that way we have less copper than we had right here. So then we start the other 2 directions. We're going to go back this way, and I'm just going to sit here and we'll mine 4 blocks from here. And on the 5th one, we take our test. No ore node nearby, and then over in this direction, trace amounts. Okay, so if we have the most here, and nothing else in any of these 4 directions, then the copper is in one of 2 places. It's up, or it's down. And that means we're probably right on top of it, because it probably isn't up. We can check, but I have my doubts. Nope. That means we are probably right on top of this copper. So, let's go ahead and we'll dig down a few blocks, and we'll test again, just to confirm. Look at that, we have very large amounts. So yes, we are directly on top of this copper. Let's get our ladders here, and we're going to take a look at the deep copper that we're going to find down here. Because we've been picking our way at surface ores, and I actually have a bin back home that I forgot to show you when we were home when this episode was starting. But I found a lot of copper for surface ores. I want you to understand just how much more useful it is to dig for deep ores than it is to rely on surface ores for all of your needs. Okay, I think we're actually maybe not directly on top of it. So I think we're going to need to dig laterally about 8 blocks down from here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 for good luck, I think. And then we will test all these directions too with the node search mode. We have medium, so not that direction. We have huge amounts, and look, it's actually right there. So, let's get our pickaxe on. Here we go. We have medium copper ore. Not my favorite, but medium will do. There is rich and I think bountiful copper in some kinds of stone, but I think granite only has medium. Let's see, we have... So we can get rich in granite. However, we're kind of high up, and there was a change in 1.18 where now the depth that you're at, in fact, the deeper you go, the more likely it is that you're going to find the richer ores. And of course, the shallower you are, the more likely you will find the weaker ores. Regardless of that, let's take a look at just how big this deposit is. First of all, it is 3 blocks tall. Not everywhere, but in some places. And we're going to sort of mine from one end to the other, and we'll just see how big this thing is. And this is how long this copper vein is. And it might be a disc, so, well, it is a disc shape, but it might be that we are in the middle of it, but I'm not so sure about that. It might actually be even longer if we go maybe halfway through it and dig, say, this way from here. Okay, so it isn't super long that way. Let's see how far it goes this way. Okay, so we have this large area here that I'm going to start lighting up before things start appearing where we don't want them to be. But this is the size of this copper vein. 2, and in some places 3 blocks tall. This vein is probably bigger than anything we have found so far combined. So yes, when you're looking for the real money, you have to go deep. Surface copper ain't gonna do it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stone this floor because I don't want things spawning down here. And the more you linger in an area, and there's underground, darkness, and there's an underground area beneath you or around you, the more likely it is that you're going to spawn some of the game's more dreaded enemies. Now, we haven't seen any yet, but there are two. And if you are a returning face from the first season, you might recognize bells and corrupt sawblade locusts. These enemies are incredibly difficult, especially for someone geared up as we are. We would probably not be able to fight them at all. The corrupt sawblade locusts have the highest attack tier in the game at, I believe, 5, and they will deal about 20 damage a hit, maybe a little bit more. They're fast, and they have a lot of hit points. So don't tangle with them. It's bad for your health, okay? The bells, on the other hand, don't have any attacks on their own, but they have 100 hit points, and killing them with copper arrows or a copper falx would take a very, very long time. That's about, 30 hits from this falx, given that we have a 15% penalty to our damage. And the bells, what they do instead of fighting back is they just call friends, and they don't stop until they're dead. So we really, 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 really don't want to be fighting them. But I think that's enough of a lesson for now. I think it's time for us to go and I'm going to ransack those translocators, and then we're going to bring back whatever goodies we have from them to the house, and we will analyze everything we got there. And then probably between episodes, I will spend some time digging out some of this copper here. Maybe all of it, but probably not. And then in the next episode, we're going to tackle a new problem we have, or a new, not problem, but something that wants a solution. That's not a problem, because 3 TLs is not a problem. That is a boon and a half. But yes, I am going to head back to the surface, and then I'll meet up with all of you once we're there. Well, well, well. Oh, these all connect up. Okay. I read you. Okay, so next time we go exploring, which should be pretty soon, we can come down here, and we're actually part of the same cave system. That's really cool. Alright, well, you know what, we're here already. I may as well just head home from here. Alright, everyone, we are home, and I am ready to dissect our findings. And bringing back an age-old tradition, I have here a trunk full of our goodies. Let's take a look inside. So, what we got from that, and this is mostly from the translocators, but we got a total of 8 aged crates. Now, these ones have fancy labels on them, but I think they're not writable. I think they're just static. We got 13 metal scraps, 7 additional metal parts, and this is in addition to the 6 that I used to repair the translocators to their first stage. We got 10 rusty gears, a smattering of copper arrows to replace ones that we lost, which I think was only a few, some extinguished torches, some lime, which isn't half bad. We got a marketeer cape, which let's go ahead and put that on. Why not? It's a little bit like Robin Hood, kind of. A little shredded, too. We also got some torn riding pants. Those are indeed torn. I'll stick with my clockmaker pants. We got a bronze bracelet for a bit of bling, and a merchant amulet for a bit of more bling. And then we also got a little bit of malachite, which is, it is a copper ore, but we can also break it down into the malachite and use that as pigment for writing on signs. And we also got some copper, and it looks like that vein might actually be 2, because we got some medium and some poor, and I think I got them all from the same area. We also got some saltpeter. And again, this can be used for fertilizer for our potassium crops, or it can be used to make bombs when we have some black coal and some sulfur.
Hold it right there. This is Kurazar's very handsome editor chiming in the last minute, actually after the last minute, because I realized that Kurazar forgot to show you the spoils of the rest of the adventures from previously when we went, or I went, he went, not me, and got all of the copper deposits from the area. Got all 4 or 5 of them up here, and the couple that were hanging out down here. Let's take a look, and we'll compare them to what we got from that single deposit. So in here, we have all of the copper, and a bit of terra preta that was found right up here, about the base of this plateau here, or this hill. And so we got, 3 stacks and change of medium copper in granite, and just shy of a stack of medium copper in chert, and then some bits here. Now, the full deposit downstairs, down deep, that I did end up finishing cleaning out, actually, is over here and over here. So combined, we got this much copper. So compared to 1, 2, 3, 4 and change, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and change of medium. Actually, here's some more there. And then we also got just shy of a stack of ore copper. Alright, back to the outro. Anyway, everyone, that is going to be about it for today's whirlwind of an adventure. 3 translocators. I am flabbergasted. My jaw has been on my trackpad for the last 10 minutes. Next episode, I want to tackle something that a lot of people tackle relatively early on in the Copper Age, and we're going to get to it then. But I also want to do it because of the implications that our new little area here has for us. And namely, that is, we want to make sure we can build some kind of safe area down there, or safe path, between here and those TLs, or translocators. As always, my name has been Corazar. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.